Hello, this is Serpentstare. Welcome back to the early alpha demo of Hymn to the Earless God. This game is currently on Kickstarter, looking for donations and support in order to be fully developed. It's expected to be fully released in 2026, which is a fair way out. And this playable demo is sort of part of the promotion for that. I will put links to the Kickstarter and to where you can get the demo yourself and more information on itch.io in the video description for this and all my other videos of the demo. For now, let's give Pox another try. Perhaps I'll do things differently. Maybe we could, but this time, I'm going to devour you. Oh, that means I start the fight. Okay, it's not gonna just let me. Okay. I feel kind of bad about that. And this fight should be easier now. Kind of unfortunate for me, though. Oh well, it's still fine. Oh, hang on a minute. I only just saw that. I have teeth. I have 4 teeth. I wonder if I can spend them at the village that I've heard about. Ooh, I didn't go this way before. Old clothes. Seems helpful. Well, probably better than nothing. Hello. You want in? Too bad. This is my place. Find your own. Oh, I was wondering whether it was going to fight me. And here's a fight. So you're gonna slowly disintegrate, and I don't know. Ah, and I can't attack the other one. I think that's because it's in the back row. That being the case, I think it's probably better worth my time to defend this round, because the unwanted will die anyway, and I can't target the starving wretch. Yeah, there we go. So what's that 3 thing? Like, are you actually taking damage on your own? You're at 14 now. I smack you for 8, you're at 6. You move. No, you're still at 6. What's that status then? You know what? Let's check this out again. There's the fellow who persuades me to run and hide. Let's see whether this is the reason why. Well, I can't attack you. Not everyone who gets thrown down here is weak. Agony threw me down here because I tried to kill her. What's that? You want by? You've got to pay the toll first. Well, this is interesting. You are strong. Join my army. Not really speaking this guy's language. I have my suspicions about what'll happen here. Is it just gonna kill me? I'll pay whatever, just let me out. Pay me in your flesh. Yep. That is honestly what I expected. That metal music, though. What happens if I ask him to join my army? You're just a runt. Get out of my sight. Oh, okay. Maybe we can persuade him later after we've accomplished more things. Now then, tutorial friend, tell me what you have to say. Your range is limited. Yeah, that's what I thought. The starving wretch was in the back row. No, I want more information. I already heard about adaptations. I think I already know about techniques, spellcraft potions. Tell me about surprise attacks. If you attack an enemy on the field, you'll initiate a surprise attack. This will give you an agility bonus for the first turn. If you are significantly stronger than the enemies, a surprise attack will immediately win the fight, before it's even begun. Okay. Kind of like Earthbound there. Hang on a minute, I just noticed this. Is that your intestines that you're holding on to? Gross. Let's hear about techniques. Techniques are powerful abilities that use TP. Uh-huh. Characters gain TP naturally every round of combat. Normally it will reduce to 0 at the end of combat, so make sure to use techniques when you can. Is there... It looks like there isn't, but it would be kind of convenient to have a way to speed through text, especially repeated text like that. I imagine that's probably going to be added later. Tell me about spellcraft. The magic of gloom is intrinsically linked to the environment. Spells take MP to cast, and their effects may vary depending on the current field type. You can check the current field type by looking at the field indicator at the top of the turn order indicator in combat. So this would be what was like forest, moon, star, etc. Tell me about potions? Every character has their own supply of potions and can only use them on themselves, unless they have the empathy adaptation. Okay, there's an exception to that, that's interesting. Potions will innately heal some HP, but you can mix in different ingredients to modify the effects and strength. Bonus turns. If your agility is much higher than the fastest enemy, you will get a bonus turn. Bonus turns act just like normal turns, but you will not be able to cast magic. Instead, you have the option to charge, which will grant you a temporary buff to your magic damage, as well as allow your natural regeneration rates to trigger again. Be careful, enemies can also get bonus turns. I don't really understand why that guy is trying to tell me everything that he knows while he's sitting there dying. Okay, what is going on here? There's another berserker. I'm not even sure what your class is. Hello. You're a flesh ripper. I see. All defective Varric get dropped down here. Not many will show you mercy. It is the Varric way. But if we band together, we might be able to reclaim the World Tree from Queen Agony. That seems fairly optimistic. Okay. There's some, like, nests or holes or something over here, but I can't interact with them or go into them. Perhaps those will be expanded on later. Another scrawny one. If the Varric are like you now, maybe I should be king. We may be defective, but we're still Varric. We can still kill. Don't get any ideas. I thought I was being invited to join the village. Why are you threatening me? Bloodbag the Forgetful. Nice name, bro. What is this place? I don't think it's ever had a name. Leg never grew right. Withered. Thrown into the pit. Blood bags, my name. I think. I don't care, old man. I don't belong here. Heard that before, I think. Enjoy your visit. If that's what it really is. No one will kill you here. It's the code. You better follow it too. Leave this village, good as dead. I think. Alright, fair enough. And you are? This is my secret treasure. I found it deep in the muck. I know it has to be special. If you ask me nicely, maybe I'll show it to you one day. So I could break the code and eat that creature in order to try and get the secret treasure, at which point, presumably, they would all fall upon me. Is there anything to do in this village? Huh. Well, you know what? In the interests of goofing around, I will actually attack you and see what happens. Okay, I ate you. The code! He broke the code! Kill him! Kill him! Yep, and then I get into a fight with everybody. Alright, yeah, that's what I expected. Okay, out of curiosity, does retry just put me back there to be killed again? Yep, totally does. But that's retry the last fight. If I load to the autosave, will the autosave be just after I killed the dude, so they're about to fall upon me anyway? Or does it not? It doesn't, okay. Alright, so the devs were generous enough to not make that particular quote-unquote victory a save point, so that that wouldn't happen. Okay. I will load my actual save. I guess that's what this flesh ripper over here meant by don't get any ideas. But absent that, there ain't shit to do here, at least not right now. So far as I can tell. There's some potentially important-looking mushrooms growing on that island over there. And there's a bunch of little cavelets that I can't even go into. Man, I was kind of hoping for more from the village. Alright, let's get some more tutorializing. I've had my little break. Tell me about bleed. Uh-huh. And I think the number of bleed stacks divides by half each time. Yep, they will naturally decay over time. But the unwanted start with a whole bunch of them. Tell me about poison. When afflicted with poison, the amount of poison stacks will be added to the physical damage done on the target. Yeah, okay. So it makes other attacks more powerful. Okay. When afflicted with sleep, the target will be unable to act until they wake up. Fair enough. They'll take more damage from attacks, spells, or techniques, then this immediately wakes them up. Okay, yeah, so that seems pretty standard for a sleep effect. It's similar to how it was in Jimmy and the Pulsating Mouse. Targets won't go to sleep unless their sleep stacks pass a threshold, and every time they've been put to sleep, they will be harder to put to sleep a subsequent time. Interesting. So it's not just like a toggle, it's not just you're asleep or you're not. There's like a level of sleepiness which may or may not be high enough to overcome you. And everything naturally decays over time. Okay. Okay, so there is this village, right over there, like 5 paces away, wherein somebody told me that stepping outside would be suicide, and here you are, standing right outside, offering me sage wisdom for some reason. Perhaps you're suicidal. You just kind of slapped me. 2 teeth. Did I lose teeth somewhere? Well, I ate the tutorial. What's down here? Oh, something ominous is down here. There's mushrooms down here. There's a corpse down here. Oh. I didn't get the attack off in time. I tried, though. Okay, there's 2 diseased and a starving wretch. And the diseased effect on them should mean that when I attack this one, it'll deal like 10 extra damage, which indeed it does. Okay. Ouch. I doubt I can win this. Unless I get real lucky with grit or something. Nope. And that's poison. It adds to how dangerous attacks are against them. But it doesn't automatically hurt them, so that's going to be quite a difficult fight for me. You're the starving wretch which has a cobra fetish somewhere. And you're so weak that you missed me. And that I'm so much faster than you. Experience 6, spell experience 1, teeth. Was that 3? Let me check something. Status. Oh. Okay, I can check my adaptations here. Is there a place to check out how many teeth I apparently have? And I cannot equip anything from the inventory menu, at least not yet. Remind myself that I should actually equip my old clothes, though. Where do teeth come into anything? Up here and through the cave. Ah yes, that's the fight with the one diseased Come a little closer. That was quite the animation. Okay, so one of them spreads me poison and the other one actually attacks me. I could charge with my bonus turn for TP, but I don't think that's actually in my interest to do so. I need to get rid of one of these. Oh? What? Excuse me? What is this nonsense? For one thing, I didn't get to eat them. I mean, they were diseased, so maybe I shouldn't want to. And for another, there's a room in there that I just don't get to stay in? I can only go through those holes if something drags me through. Okay. I kinda hope that changes later in development. That seems kinda... Well... At least there's a prize over here. The extent to which that looks like it's crossed out, rather than tied up, is kind of interesting. And weird, okay. I obtained a cursed artifact. I totally want that. I don't suppose... Head, empty. No thoughts. A tiny skull adorned with dried, braided grass brings misfortune to its owner. So why would I want that? I can bypass you. And I think this is where I got into that one fight. Close to here, over there. Roaming critters. What? Well, it looks like I succeeded in getting the sneak attack off. Attack the diseased first, it takes more damage right away. And I want it to stop doing that pretty quick. Ow. Pretty much only gonna survive this if both of the others miss. Oh, that was a bonus attack. Never mind. I could eat this. I still feel like there's this thing, right, where supposedly I can auto-devour any enemies that are still corpses at the end of the combat, but I didn't get to do that here. Yeah, for some reason I don't get to auto-eat the diseased. So I can eat the diseased in combat, but outside of combat it seems that I cannot. Which might be a bug? I wonder if I can actually sneak around you guys. Maybe I don't fight you unless I start that fight. Okay. I guess run and hide. How did you get behind me? You should have fled when you had the chance. This is a very deadly RPG. And I kind of appreciate that. It's entertaining me. I will give it that. I will give it that. And I'll end this session for now. Come back next time and find my way through the hive, perhaps more effectively.